everybody, it's Kelly, and I'm back with another layout, and I'm going to use this super awesome Vicki Boutin Color Story Array of Colors paper as my background. Then I'm going to mount that on that pink paper from Chamel's Never Grow Up collection. It's the flower meadow paper. And then behind that, I'm going to use that scrap of kind of aqua paper from Vicki Boutin Kaleidoscope from the 12 by 12 pad. And I'll use that 3x4 cut apart from Vicki Boutin's Color Story. The collection paper is what that cut apart is called. So oh my gosh, I love this paper so much, but it's kind of busy. So how do you display the beautifulness of this paper, the gorgeousness of this paper, without having it take over your layout? And I think it is by really watching how you're matting your paper or your photos here, which is I'm double matting in this case. I'm looking at using some frames here. That particular frame is from Paige Evans or Pink Paisley, the Pick Me Up collection, the ephemera. And frames are hard for me, so I'm glad that I got to use that on this. It really goes well with the colors. Then I am adding that little arrow piece. I'm adding that snail, that butterfly, that heart, and then I decide I'm going to use that star instead. I like how big it is, and then find a second star because the colors are working with this. I've had these pieces for quite a while. So kind of now I have my, not just the bones of my layout, but actually also the embellishment basically kind of done, just having to decide how I want that all to really look in the end. And then, because this is so busy and there's different collections here, I decided to use my Memento Dewdrop gray flannel ink. And that gives a commonality to each of the pieces that are involved here, including, the papers and all the die cuts here. So it unites them into one cohesive kind of statement by doing that. Going to add this little foam tape behind that snail. And so the snail is not, doesn't have a ton to do with this layout, except snails kind of indicate slowness, and they're calm and not plodding, but they're moving but slowly. And so I really wanted to emphasize that with this photo. I'm sitting on my balcony reading and having some sushi for lunch and just enjoying my new space, my new balcony space, and life just in general, because it says love, love, love this life, which is what I could have titled it, but I chose to title it something different, which you'll see in a little bit. So now just kind of figuring out how high up I want this to go. I do want to get a title on here yet, so I had to think about that. And I want to make sure there's enough space between that frame and the arrow in the bottom there. I often, by the way, use frames like this. I rarely put a picture in them because I print my pictures ahead of time, so I can't necessarily always make them fit that frame. But sometimes I'll use them as journaling spots by putting paper behind it, or I'll do what I'm doing here, which is add it in behind other, within clusters as just kind of an extra embellishment there. And that's what I'm doing here. And again, the colors just worked really super well with this. And I'm outside. I have that kind of floral rug. I've got flowers all over my balcony. You just can't see them there. And so that floral frame makes sense. Now I'm adding some foam behind this butterfly as well. And I like his, it's gold and beautiful. And there's gold then in the star, one of the stars, that arrow, it has stitching on it. The snail has gold. So it's nice that there's gold in each cluster this way as well. And the butterfly to me is always a symbol of growth and beauty. And this was a new space for me at this point in time, new apartment to live in. And so I really liked that I could just take a picture about how much I'm appreciating that space. I spent a lot of time on this balcony this summer. It was a really happy, happy place for me. And now we're in the midst of winter, so I get to look at it. All right, so there's the two stars. And then just getting things down. While I'm thinking of it, you guys, I'm not sure exactly how the flow of this is going to go. I've been doing a lot of 2-page layouts on Tuesday, but just so you know, Tuesdays are not just completely about 2-page layouts. If I have 2-page layouts to put on, I will. So I'm not sure if with the flow of how I've created things now, this may or may not be landing on a Tuesday, but know that Tuesdays are not just about it. It's just for the last, oh gosh, probably 3 or 4 months, I've had a lot of 2-page layouts that I could do on Tuesdays. So just wanted to kind of give you a heads up about that. Not going to stop 2-page layouts. It's just, I don't want to be tied into it because that can kind of stifle my creativity if I have to make a 2-page layout for, videos. So it's all about making sure that I'm not stifling my own creativity, because the YouTube videos, although I love doing them, are kind of an aside to my creative process, or in my case, I think they should be, because I've got a lot of pages to make besides just the ones I do for the videos. All right, so back to the layout. I did add that title, which is lovely. That's they are the American Crafts Thickers Hello Joy. So it's it came from a sheet, not just, it's not a font, sorry. All right, I have the Paige Evans hashtag sticker book there. So I'm going to just grab pieces from that. So, you know, stars here. Thought about some phrases, but that didn't work. So I'm going to pull the stars in because I think they work with all the die cuts here. And they help emphasize the colors of that layout. So, and I do have Vicki Boutin pieces. I don't have anything from this collection, but I think these two collections work beautifully. I often use this Paige Evans sticker book when I'm using Vicki Boutin collections, or Paige Evans die cuts, as I did as well here. I want some enamel dots. In this case, I'm going to use a matte dot. These are Queen & Company rubber bubbles, and these are quite old. So I like it because it pulls out that kind of acidy green in that middle ray there. So I will add 3 in each cluster here. All right, guys, just about done. Here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I will be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.